We are back to talk about the McGee home today. Last week we shared the exterior, and this week we're talking about our full home finishes. We have been designing everyone else's dream homes and living in rentals for the past 5 years. And now it is our turn. Our dream of building a house for our family is coming to life. Full home finishes means the hard finishes that carry to multiple rooms in your home. I'm talking hardwood floors, trim, and paint. These selections really set the tone for your whole home, and so they're really important. We often in the design process start with these very early on because it really dictates the other decisions that you make when you layer on top. Let's talk about wood floors. So this decision was easy and difficult for me. I had lots of inspiration pictures that had white oak in its natural state. I knew that I wanted that, but then actually achieving that was a different story. So I worked with Limco Design and they helped me get there. They laid the floors in their raw state everywhere, and then we selected a stain color. After looking at a lot of different samples, some pulled to gray, some pulled to white, they came up with a formula that was just perfect, and it's exclusive to them. You can order it through them, and then they coat it with this matte protectant that has made our floors very, very durable, and I love that they don't have a gloss to them. I just love matte organic finishes. We carried the wood floor throughout the entire downstairs, and in 2 rooms, we did an inset of a herringbone pattern, and I love herringbone. I think it adds so much character to a home, and I like to create a border around it because I think it makes it feel more finished. We also carried the wood floor upstairs and into the hallways. We did carpet in the bedrooms, but I love the look of continuous wood floor throughout. The details on our stair treads are one of my favorite things. When you do the piece that you step on, you often end up with just like a bullnose piece slapped on, and I wanted a square profile, so they custom made each edge detail. Then we did a white riser because I thought that tied in with our white walls, and then the oak tops matched the hardwood floor throughout. The runner. I went through several options of herringbone, plaid, stripes. I knew I wanted a subtle pattern that would stand the test of time, but also hide dirt. After reviewing a lot of options, we settled on this Stanton plaid carpet runner from Limco Design, and I love it. It adds just the right amount of pattern and interest, and it's very soft to walk on, which I love. The stair railing was a labor of love and took us a couple tries to get just right. Our banister's going in today. I'm so happy we went with the gray color. I didn't want our house to feel too black and white, so I didn't want a stark black and gold railing. I had no idea how to achieve this gray look, and through the process of manufacturing it, we were told that doing a cold rolled steel is what's going to give us that look. So that's what we did. It's basically raw and it has a clear coat, and it's so delicate and thin, and this finial at the end actually was a bedpost knob that I found. It's unlacquered brass, so it ties in with our faucet in the kitchen. The basin case in your home is a really important selection because it goes everywhere, and I really wanted this tall, stacked baseboard look. We worked with McGee for all of our trims and moldings.
about 2,000 pounds of molding delivered from McGee today, and I am so excited for that to start to go in. We're doing a two-piece baseboard. So we have this tall, flat piece, and then we'll be adding this to the top of it.
We put two pieces together. I think it gives it a very custom look. I love a tall baseboard when you have tall ceilings. I think that the very smooth profile really gives the streamlined traditional look that I was going for. Our door and window casing is a little bit different. Instead of just doing a typical window trim that has a header and a crown detail, we did this back band piece and we mitered the corners on the top. So it has this beautiful flat effect before it goes to the bead details around the edge. And then to make it a little bit more traditional, I did an apron and a sill. We had a new build and I love character. So I think the best way to do that is by adding layers and thoughtful details. So we partnered with McGee to bring all of my ideas to life. We did that through things like coffered ceilings, this amazing reeded panel detail in our master bedroom. We did beams and shiplap ceilings and this molding detail in Sid's office. We really paid attention to that everywhere. Okay, everyone's favorite question. What white paint color is that? We went with Benjamin Moore Swiss Coffee at 75% strength. I have a bunch of go-to whites. Swiss Coffee is one of them. We put the test sample on our wall and it was reading just like a tiny bit yellow in a couple of spaces in our home. But I loved the warmth that it brought, so I made up a sample of a 75% strength, which basically means that when you go to the paint store and they are filling up the can of paint and then they add the color to it, they're only using 75% of that color. It helps bring the saturation down just a little bit so that it's just like a hair lighter. And when we did that sample, I knew it was the one. So we did that on our walls, our ceiling, and our trim. We did all those things in different finishes though. So on our walls, we did a cleanable matte paint, and we have like the smoothest drywall I've ever seen. I don't know how Tyler's guys got it just right, but it's very smooth and the matte finish just looks so beautiful on it. But then we did a satin finish on our trim. People often think that there are different colors, but it's just the sheen that's different. And then all of the ceilings are flat. The other finish that we did throughout the home was an unlacquered brass door hardware.
So they installed our front door hardware today. It's from Rejuvenation. It feels so nice.
I love that it'll patina and age. You hear me talk about this a lot. I think it just adds character to a new home. We did this beautiful handle set from Rejuvenation, and I love the back plate and the handle. I love that it feels very old world against this new home. We actually have quite a few different ceiling heights throughout our home. I think that this adds interest. We have 10-foot ceilings in our kitchen and all of the main floor rooms. But then you walk into our great room, it's 25 feet high. In our dining room, I stepped it up a little higher. It's 12 feet in there, but then we did a coffered ceiling. So I'd say that the main floor, 10 feet with some vaults and elevations. And then when you go upstairs, those are 9 feet. But because we built into the attic space, we have quite a few vaults upstairs as well. Next up, we'll be going space by space, starting with the entry and Sid's office.